Hi, welcome to an Earnest Conversation. I'm Louis Beryl, the co-founder and CEO of Earnest. This is Jake, the co-founder and CEO of General Assembly. Thanks for spending time with me today.
I'm happy to be here.
I'd love to hear, from your take on what is the mission at General Assembly? Why did you start it?
Our vision at General Assembly is to build a global community of individuals empowered to pursue work they love. And our mission is to build that community through three main ways. One is delivering best-in-class education in design, technology, and business. The second is to provide access to opportunities that increase one's skills, confidence, and freedom in their career. And the third is to build one of the most powerful professional networks in the world, a really new type of educational institution, and enable a lot of people to have the kind of careers that they're hoping and aspiring to have.
Let's talk a little bit more about that. Did you see a failure in the higher education system to prepare young people to be professionals?
Well, I saw a gap, and it was really a personal experience where when I was in my 20s and I had graduated from a great school and thinking the world would be my oyster, I had this diploma that was in Latin and I thought it was like a Harry Potter spell that would just open doors wherever I went. And instead I found it was a little bit more of a desolate wasteland out there, and that I didn't really have the skills or the support network to help me achieve what I was hoping to get out of my career. And eventually felt like I had to go back to business school in order to get where I needed to go, to sort of almost hit the reset button on my career in a way. While I was at business school, and really through this whole period in the 20s, I just kept thinking, what a waste of all of this energy I have, all of this willingness to learn and to work hard. And wouldn't there be a better way than having to go to a graduate school program where it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, multiple years, and all of the earnings related to that, just to get back out into the world and have to start again.
So do you see GA fitting in the larger education ecosystem, college, graduate schools? GA fits into that in sort of...
I think of what we're doing as almost like mini grad school, right? What we're trying to do is instead of it taking 2 or 3 years and lots of money, it's 12 weeks and much less money, but then you get a lot of the same perks. You get access to a recruitment network. You get access to alumni who have been doing the things that you're hoping to do that you can connect with and who are willing to connect with you. And our career services people will help you and get you to that next step as well.
Yeah, and we have people we have software engineers on our team who came right out of General Assembly.
I love that.
You were talking a little bit about costs, and it's really interesting because we've got a lot of people that are coming out of college. They're probably in student debt already. They're not going to be working while they're in a General Assembly program potentially. So how are the students finding paying for the courses?
There's again a lot of different ways that people pay. Sometimes they have savings, sometimes their parents help them out, sometimes they find a way of financing it, and we do our best to help them finance it on our end as well. But obviously, we're very excited to have partners like Earnest who allow us to really offer a greater amount of accessibility for these programs.
So why don't we talk about that? Why, when I first approached you and started talking about Earnest and helping out General Assemblies, what resonated with you about what we're offering and how that helps your students?
Well, what I love about Earnest is that you guys are not trying to just build a financial vehicle to profit off of people's need for loans. What you're trying to do is build a new community and really a new kind of brand around helping people finance their goals. And for me, that's what we want to do for our students. People invest their time and their energy and their money in themselves and in this GA experience, and they hope to get a return out of over many, many years after that fact. And having a great financial partner who's willing to also be a partner to them in that experience and understand the journey that they're going on is what we're looking for our students.
That's a lot of what resonated with me in particular about General Assembly, is that you guys are taking a very long view. You're thinking about your students over their whole lives, them being alumni. It's not about the transaction of how do we maximize how much money we're getting for this particular course. And that's very much how we believe at Earnest too. You know, we're thinking about originating client relationships, but we hope to build a really long relationship with your students.
Honestly, I mean, that's one of the things I like about Earnest. You see this as a long relationship. You're not looking to just profit off of this first transaction you make with somebody. You're saying we can start a relationship and help you throughout your different financial milestones in your life.
I'd like to talk a little bit more about the motivations of the students that are going into the General Assembly program.
You know, people have all sorts of motivations because we have all sorts of courses. We have part-time courses, we have full-time immersive courses, we have courses in web development, in product management, data science, digital marketing, business fundamentals, and more to come.
If you were going to look at someone's LinkedIn profile and you were going to pick one thing that you think is the single best predictor to success, what would it be?
I'm not sure there is a single predictor, and I think that's actually one of the problems in today's world, is that everybody's looking for that one signal. And to me, there's a mix of stuff. You know, obviously people's experience, their background, you can use that to triangulate, but there's nothing quite like seeing somebody in person and hearing their story the way they tell it. It's what are the projects they've worked on the side? What are the skills they're working on right now? What are the ones that they want to get in the future? What are they passionate about? What do they read? You know, what are
It sounds like you're describing Earnest. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, that it's not one thing. There's no formula, there's no recipe. You have to look at the whole picture.
Absolutely.
You know, when you think about the 100-year vision for General Assembly, does it look like McKinsey, where the top people at every company are General Assembly alums and they're hiring General Assembly alums?
I think it's McKinsey, it's Harvard Business School. You know, it's something that actually has never existed. Because all those places talk about their alumni, but they're all looking for something very specific. McKinsey wants to get clients out of that. Harvard Business School wants to get donations out of that. What we want is for them to just engage with each other in meaningful ways and create value for the world.
I wanted to talk again about costs. Are the students at General Assembly really thinking about, this is just really the best investment I can make on myself for $12,000 in 3 months?
Well, this is the way we've always thought about the education at General Assembly, is that you know, people seem to think sometimes that education is about content. It's about reading a book or, you know, going through videos on a website. And the reality is that's a very small piece of why people come to GA. We obviously have awesome teachers and a great classroom environment and great curriculum that we've spent a lot of time and a lot of resources to make the best it could possibly be. But there's a social experience, there's the career coaching and the access to that network that is the thing that is why people come to GA. And if you think about that, that is about investing that time, that energy, that money, that trust in GA's network, and to get a return over a long period of time. And now there's a lot of talk out there, and I think I really believe this, that in the 21st century, no matter who you are and what you do, you have to be your own business. You are your own entrepreneur. And your journey, what your goals are, what you want to achieve, it's up to you to get there. And like any business, like any sort of organization, you as an individual have to invest in yourself. And we see a lot of students who see that. And they know that, you know, with this education, they can go and earn more in the workforce. And so, to me, it seems like Earnest is a financing strategy for that investment, just like any entrepreneur going out and raising a seed round might think of it in terms of achieving their goals.
It's definitely what we've seen. You know, taking a General Assembly course so dramatically changes the income trajectory of the students. And it's why that's one of the many reasons we're so excited bringing those people in as Earnest clients.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, for me, like that income trajectory is awesome, but to me, it's the emotional and personal growth that I see our students go through as well. There's so many awesome stories of transformation, of people gaining confidence, gaining a community.
They're building that alumni network.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's that, to me, is why I get up in the morning and what makes me excited. I'm glad to have this partnership, and I think we're gonna change a lot of people's lives together, hopefully.
I couldn't agree more.
Awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for funding our students.
Yeah, no, we love it.